Hi friends, today's studio talk is about outside the studio. This morning when I got up, I had plans to meet a friend over in the Memorial District, which is where my church is located, and pick up a quilt top that she would like quilted. Then I needed to get groceries and go to Home Depot and buy a weed eater. The Memorial area is a little more high-end than the area I live in. I live in a working class neighborhood, and we still are recovering from some economic hardships and also from Harvey. So, it's not quite the same as the Memorial area. It's not quite as fancy. And as I was thinking about grocery shopping and Home Depot, I have both of those stores in my neighborhood, and so I try to walk the walk and talk the talk, and I decided that I would rather my tax money go to my neighborhood. Those stores in my neighborhood are more likely to be closed without the support that the stores in the Memorial area have. So after I met my friend and picked up the quilt top, I headed over toward Highway 6, which is a very busy 4-lane, 2 lanes on each side highway, a lot of traffic along it, and it's also where the H-E-B that I like to shop at is, and also the thrift store. And further north on Highway 6 is Home Depot. So my plan was to hit the grocery store, get my groceries, then go up a mile, run in, get a weed eater, go home, do my backyard, and then get started on the quilt top. That's not what happened. So I'm driving up Highway 6, and I see up in front of me on the divider between you have the 2 lanes, and then you have the turn lane. I see right at the turn lane there's this big black object. It looked like a big plastic bag. I thought somebody had thrown out their trash in a big plastic bag, and I was thinking to myself, really? I mean, what's wrong with people? I mean, why do they have to do shit like that? So as I got a little closer, I looked out my window and I realized it was a person laying there. And he was in a fetal position, kind of balled up, and he was sleeping on his suitcases. And I thought, okay, I need to get in the turn lane, and turn around, come down to where he is and see if he's okay. It's hot outside. It's been hot. It's going to get hotter. It's brutal out there. This is a busy highway. So put on my hazard lights, pulled into the turn lane, put on my hazard lights. Luckily, nobody was planning to also go in that lane. It's not a very used lane, but so I got out and I went over to him, and he was asleep, and so I said, hello, hello, and then I tapped him on the shoulder and, hello, are you okay? And he woke up, and I said, are you okay? It's hot out here. And he said, yeah, he said, I'm okay. And interestingly enough, he said, I'm just trying to get to a shelter, and he said, I'm HIV positive, but I don't do any drugs. I said, okay, maybe I can help you. And we were across the street from Burger King and the thrift store, which was, my stomping grounds right across the street there also. And I said, well, why don't you put your stuff in my car, and we'll go over to the Burger King, and we can sit there. At least it's air conditioned and we can talk. And so he said, okay. So we did that, and when we pulled in, I thought, well, maybe I better ask him if he'll eat a hamburger. And So I did. Will you eat a hamburger? And he said he would. So, and of course he's calling me ma'am. And at this point in my life, it's okay. I mean, if that's the least people call me, then I guess I'm doing okay. Hang on, my dog's barking.